Hello, welcome back to 7th Ground Tarot. My name's Louise, and if this is your first time being here, thank you for joining me. If you're a returning subscriber or just a returning viewer, thank you for being here again. And today we're going to be doing a reading, and judging from the title, you probably know what it's about, but I, at this point, don't. So let's get started. As you can see, I've kind of moved my way to this side of the gazebo because it's a little prettier of a background. And I also brought out my very special cactus, which has little babies budding right now. And I also have my eucalyptus tree and my fig tree out here. So they're my little special guests today. Okay, let's get started. How are you guys today? I feel so excited for some reason. There's so much excitement here. Ooh, is something about to happen in your life? Let's check it out. Let's give the deck a nice little shuffle and then we'll get started. Just a little ASMR. I love hearing when people shuffle. Especially if it's not too loud. It kind of gives that like really calming energy to the beginning of a reading. I feel like, at least. And before I started the reading, it felt very calm too. So it's almost as if things are falling into place for you. Maybe you're feeling right at home and it's making you excited because you're able to be like that childlike self that you are. But let's see what circumstances are surrounding this, because life is complicated. It's not simple, right? So we've also got this deck here that I'm going to shuffle, and then we'll get started. I love the smell of Palo Santo. Let me know what your favorite cleansing item is right now. I also have a singing bowl. I might bring that out at some point. It's a very simple, small brass singing bowl. I do like music and vibration, like that kind of cleansing, but I don't know, I almost feel like it's a little too much sometimes in videos, so I like to stick to smoke. Okay. Angels, spirits, and guides, please join me here today to bring the collective the messages that they need to hear to reach their highest and most abundant timeline, and allow them to hear things right now that they really need to hear in order to bring them there. All right. Wow. Okay. The Hierophant. Wow, you're getting cards right away. This is a really good reading energy to start out with. It tells me that you're not in resistance to whatever it is that you need to do right now. So that's really good. I'm applauding you for that. And so is your spirit team, actually. I definitely get that the spirit team that you have that's watching over you is really proud of what it is that you've achieved up until this point. They want you to know that a lot of people admire you. And that soon everyone will know your name, is what I'm hearing. And that might not be for everybody. That could also, for other people, it could be that there will be a lot of people that previously went against you that will now not be able to speak poorly upon your name. Like, it's almost like you're shutting their mouths. And it's through these actions that you've taken. So I get that you're very close to achieving something here from that. it could be some sort of like partnership project where like you're coming together with like a community or a specific partner to achieve something huge here. That's going to require that saying of like two heads is better than one definitely comes to mind when I see the Lovers here and the Three of Pentacles. And there's someone here that feels kind of like left out in the cold. Even though we didn't get the Five of Pentacles, I feel that Five of Pentacles energy here with the Nine of Swords. It's like that energy that's surrounding the Nine of Swords is that Nine of Pentacles, or that Five of Pentacles here, where they're worried about you achieving this abundant reality because then it means that you don't need their help anymore. And maybe this person is the type of person that like relies on people to depend on them in order to stay in their life, because they feel like their value is completely dependent on like what it is that they can do for the people around them. And if that doesn't exist, then you know what's the point of me existing? Which is a really sad and shallow existence if you think about it. One second. This person feels thrown out of your life. Maybe the ending with them was very abrupt. Maybe it will be very abrupt. You delivered some sort of truth to them that they couldn't. They're delusional about something here, where it's like they can't believe that there's some sort of ending, but all the evidence is right in front of their face, so they can't deny it anymore. Maybe they felt very like they had some sort of hold over you. They had you in this like limbo where you couldn't accept something, and now they're being put in that place where it's like the energy that they tried to trap you in, they're now trapped in it because you've realized something big. And I'm hearing this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. How dare you not play the part in my play? Like, you were a puppet to me, and now, like, you have strings for a reason. So you could have cut cords with this person. And they're very upset with the fact that they can feel your energy dissipating. It's like it's dissolving from their life. And they're kind of panicking. So you're being given a new opportunity as a result, Page of Cups. Oh, and there's a card under here. Weird, I did say Page of Pentacles, didn't I? Okay, well, sorry, that must have been in my subconscious. You did have the Page of Cups here right beside the Page of Pentacles, but it covered up the Page of Cups, the Three of Wands. And that was right beside it. Yeah, they're in denial about this truth that you gave to them and the truth behind why you two are no longer in connection. So why was it that they were thrown out of this person's life, Spirit? Because they were stopping you from acting in your power. Maybe they had a power trip over your future. They really wanted to be the reason why you have whatever. Like, maybe you had security or the reason why you were happy. They wanted to be the reason behind it, because then it makes them feel, like we said before, valuable. And this person is the kind of person that gets off on collecting people. So, you know, they collect different types of personalities that they then go and brag about. Oh, I know this person. But also, this could be the kind of person that, like, they collect you and then they talk shit about you behind your back. And that, like, oh my god, that angers me so much. A bunch of cards just fell on the ground. Just one moment. It's like, it's so offensive. Like, why did people like this exist? maybe this person thought that they were tricking you, but they really weren't. Like, they're just, like, I'm hearing from spirit, man, your spirit team really doesn't like this person. They're saying this person is a pathetic loser. Like, what? What? Oh my gosh. Meanwhile, and maybe that's how this person feels like now. They have a lot of inner talk that's like really toxic. And obviously, a person like this is going to have like very toxic inner dialogue. You've got the star here. So you're very imaginative at this time with this new beginning, because you're letting go of things that no longer serve you, and you're allowing things to crumble down that need to crumble down, and you're doubling down on all of these new investments that you have coming into your life. Instead of being indecisive, which was the energy that they were projecting onto you, you're choosing one of these cups. You're keeping it close to your chest, growing it, and celebrating it coming in. You're not allowing this indecisive energy to camp out in your mind anymore. You could have been a very indecisive person with a lot of different skills and talents. I'm hearing, what's that word? A polymath? You could be a polymath. Someone who's really skilled at many different things, and it makes it very difficult for them to choose one avenue to go down. But you have to realize that all of these, it's not about choosing one thing. It's about finding what these things all have in common eventually, and fully investing in each one of them as they pop up. So excitedly, because this is something that applies to me, and I'm going to give you something that I wish I had been told from other people who also had this same personality. When you're a person of multiple talent, what you're supposed to do is each time you reach for something new, to be okay with something else falling away. It's like a lesson that you have to learn in this lifetime, that just because you really like something, it's that expression of like, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it was meant for you. Exactly that. So don't worry about like you having to face a lot of judgment around having all of these different skills and abilities, that jack of all trades thing, to the whole misconception around like how we've twisted that saying of a jack of all trades is I don't remember the shortened down one, but the longer one is like, it's better than a master of one. And that's because, sorry, I'm going on a tangent. I'll go back to what I was saying. And that's because when you are a jack of all trades, you have an outsider's perspective of the next thing that you're going into, and you can see a different aspect of it that people who are too closed-minded will not see. So you can constantly innovate in everything that you go into. So whatever it is that you're interested in right now, joyfully go into it, like a child would. Don't worry about where it's going to take you. Don't worry about how it's going to make you money. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but in the end, if you do this and you joyfully go into it, despite it feeling super chaotic, eventually it'll take you out of this energy of like, this is a hard energy to decipher. It'll take you out of the energy of feeling like you have to like pull back on it, to feeling like you can fully explore it in the way that you're being called to explore it. Because I don't know about you, but when I'm interested in something and I hear criticism from the outside that, oh, like, why don't you have things figured out, then it kind of makes me pull back and makes me feel hesitant and defensive, because then I start to go against my nature. And this is all about embracing your nature. in the end, universe will always reward you for embracing all sides of yourself. And eventually, you'll reach... Sorry, just one moment. Sorry, my nose was so itchy there for a moment, like the inside of my nostril. So maybe you're like... I immediately think of like people like sniffing cocaine or something for... Like, I don't know why I thought of that. Please never do that. I've never done it. Just don't do it. Everyone that I've seen do it, it seems like not a great idea. I'm not endorsing that. So, yeah, it's like this like Eight of Wands. It's like this like adrenaline rush that you get, right, from taking on new things. Because you're meant to be taking on as many new things as you can in this lifetime. You're supposed to fully lean into breaking out of the box that society has created for people. Even when we look at education, they kind of just want to keep us like really boxed in to whatever it is that they choose to give us. Even when I went to art school, and it turned out to be completely not what I thought it would be. I thought it would be a lot more like self-directed. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it was just the one that I went to. I know things change, but the one I went to, it felt very rigid. Like, I still had to take certain classes that didn't even like help me in any way. It was kind of like when I went to high school, where it was like, you know, you had to take math and science and social, and it's like none of these things interested me, A, and B, like, they didn't actually help me in any way, and they don't help anybody really. I mean, I don't remember any of the math that I did, and now I use a calculator most of the time, like, as do most of us. It just makes no sense. But when you think about it, like, everybody comes into this universe very different. We come into this universe to experience it uniquely. And you're paving the path for future, sounds so silly, future humans to be able to, like, go through the school of life, but in a way that's helpful to who they uniquely are, as opposed to cookie cutter programs. So you could be a person that in the future will create a program for a person or multiple people. Maybe they'll be the youth. They could be just people like earlier on in their journey who don't actually know what it is that they're doing right now, but you'll be showing them the way because you've been there and you know their struggles, and you've got this like bird's eye view of what it is that they don't see coming. And at the same time, you'll be dispelling all these myths and this brainwash that people have had. So you could be a very influential person in the future for the mere fact that you'll be completely changing people's lives. And this feels really intense. Whatever it is that you're doing right now, embrace who it is that you are now. Because who it is that you are now is who you're supposed to be. You're not supposed to allow people to have some sort of opinion on you and for it to like change what it is that you're doing. Could you give me more cards, Spirit? Spirit of the collective. What is it that you want us to know here for our collective here? What messages do you have for them? Keep dancing. Keep enjoying whatever it is that you're investing your time into. I see two different skills here that you're investing your time into right now. And there are a lot of worries around it that you might not make money doing this stuff. But Spirit is telling you that that money is coming. that money is coming. You're kind of, where are they right now, Spirit? Where are they right now? Because I want to know this. I'm curious. Where are they right now? You're in hermit mode. Okay, so you're learning important things. And you're just about to go down and help people with the skills that you've learned and the talents that you naturally have, that you've developed over time as well. You've fostered them. So you're just about to make that money. You're about to head down the mountain and tell people what you've learned, and people are going to pay for that. People are going to pay great money to learn how you got to where you're at. So that's great. They're going to be like, how did you get to where you're at? And you're going to be like, hard work. Hard work, but here is specifically what I did. Here's what I didn't do. Here's who I didn't listen to. Here's who I did listen to. And a lot of that comes down to like inner guidance. You're going to be showing people that it's all about trusting your inner guidance. You're going to teach people. You could be a spiritual person. You could be someone who's been through a lot of deaths. So it's required you to really to let go of a lot of things like we were talking about before. So this could be like a future thing, or before I could have been speaking about your past. So if this is, because time is non-linear, it's like a variable. Very cool stuff. If you want to look up what they've discovered about time, it's almost like it floats almost. And whatever we focus on in terms of time becomes real. So there's a message here about focusing on who it is that you want to become and embodying them every single day. Cool. Okay, so Three of Pentacles again. Three of Cups as well. You're going to be teaching people. Look, it almost sounds like they're listening to this guy in the center, right? He is giving them instructions on how to build this magnificent thing that he's built, or he's about to build. And he looks really confident about it. And they're asking him questions, and kind of, he's helping them imagine what it is that they need to do. So he's giving them the vision. And he's pointing them in the right direction, because it almost looks like he has a map there. And Spirit is protecting this because you've got a big purpose here. You're supposed to lead people home to abundance. And that abundance comes from connecting back with universe and not being so drowned in the physical. Because everything here is very it is connected to the spirit. Everything here is connected to spirit, and they want to make you, I just mean like society's brainwash. Like they, card just fell down. We'll get that in a second. Universe wants people to connect back with their higher selves. And you're going to be here helping people do that who want to do that. So you don't have to worry about trying to convince people also who don't want to go down that road yet. They will quickly see, ooh, this is a juicy message. So back when the virus happened in 2020, I received a very powerful download around the future of society, and it feels like it's panning out right now. I'll find that and I'll post it. It was like a written thing, and part of it was that the universe will be splitting our matrix. It's a weird, we'll have like two sides to the matrix happening at the same time, so there will be like an extreme polarity and will exist on top of each other at the same time, but we'll be able to see each other. It's like before, it was kind of like you couldn't really see different things. It was just like one side. It was very 3D. But now, because there's so many people in the 5D, it's splitting off. and we're going to be living side by side. And the people that are living in the 3D will have the chance to hop over into the 5D, which is what we're starting to see right now. And I'm getting shivers as I talk about this. So the 5D, we're here, those of us who have already accepted this path, to help guide the people that are coming from the 3D, to help them understand and avoid the pitfalls that we've been through when traveling into the 5D, because that frequency is so different and requires a different mindset, and the shift is so drastic that we have to help each other. It's like this selflessness. So that was what I got during that like time. And I'll post that up if I can find it. And again, we have the Eight of Pentacles here. So we're building this new... Oh, that was actually the card that was already here. And it fell down. There will be a lot of resistance here from people that don't want to shift into this new reality. But once they start seeing how good it is on our side, they'll start, we won't have to preach to them. The last thing you should do is preach to someone. I think that is so, it's not helpful. If you are on the right path and you think you're benefiting, keep going on that path. Eventually people will see, oh, okay, well, it's working for them, maybe it could work for me. That's the only way to do it. You can't fight people trying to get them to go on this path, because it's a really hard path. And I think people deep down know this. They know that it's a hard path, and that the easy one, quote unquote easy, will give them immediate success, even if it's not like great success. And it seems risky, right? And this is such a weird message. I didn't expect it to go this way at all. But it seems like the universe really wants to assure you at this time that the people around you that haven't been tagging along on the road, it doesn't mean that they won't. There will be some that refuse to because of preconceived notions around what it is that you're doing, or preconceived notions about what spirituality should look like. A lot of the people who are already on like a spiritual path, but not really, of course, because it's more about ego for them, so it's still 3D, they probably won't join. I'm just putting it out there, because those people, they do think that they're doing the right thing. And unfortunately, that's just the reality of it. But that doesn't mean that next lifetime they won't shift. So just don't worry about it. Don't worry about people projecting their beliefs onto you. And don't project your beliefs onto people. Like, really? I hate it when people do that. Like, everyone is allowed to believe whatever they want. That's what I think. Okay, random message time from this deck. I love it. And then we'll get a healing message, and I think I'm going to close it out just for the time being, because I have a lot of work to do today. Okay, so, afraid. Yes, these people are afraid. They're afraid of their own shadows. So these people are afraid of doing the shadow work, the ones that aren't coming onto this timeline. That is why they didn't get onto this timeline, because they didn't do that soul searching. They didn't go into their shadow and discover that you have to love it. Like, you have to love your shadow and love other people's shadow in a way. Cleanse. Too much emotion. Too much emotion. I get a few messages with this one, so bear with me. With too much emotion, I get someone around you could be very emotional at this time, seeing you progress down this journey without them. But I also get that you're really excited for this new journey. It's making you feel like yourself again. It's making you feel cleansed and whole and abundant. And some people are really, they have mixed emotions around what it is that you're doing or about to do that's making you a lot of money. Wardrobe malfunction. You look too good. You look too good doing what it is that you're doing. How are you doing it? Those are the thoughts that are going through these people's heads. Oh my god. That is so funny because I think of like Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl and how it was like all staged, but it's like, do you remember how people, I don't know if you're old enough to remember this. If you are, then I feel old talking about this. When Janet Jackson flashed people at the Super Bowl, it was planned, and yet people started to go after her so bad. And I think it was Justin Timberlake that like ripped her top off, and instead of going after him, they were going after her and talking about like, oh, she's like you know, and little Hazard Bob, you know, like she's of the street, if you know what I mean. And but it's like, okay, anyway, so this person could be really talking really badly about you and saying that like you're no good and like, oh, you're trash, and soon they're gonna be eating their words. Or maybe I didn't mean to. Maybe they did something here and they're kind of like trying to like rub it off and saying, oh yeah, like I didn't mean to do that, like that's just my personality, sometimes I can be a little spicy and I just say what's on my mind, and you know, like I wasn't trying to like hurt their feelings or anything. So there's a lot of sass here. And also there's some people that are hoping that you become homeless. If this is something that you're going through, I'm so sorry. Or if this is something that's worrying you, like I'm not saying this to like trigger you or anything, like this is just a message that's coming through here. And yeah, if that's something that you're going through, I hope that you get out of it soon, because that is, I had a friend that was homeless for a little while, and that is a very difficult thing to get out of. There's not enough support systems on our planet to get people out of that stuff. I also see grief here. You could be going through a really grief-filled time right now. The collective is purging a lot of toxic energy and excess that doesn't belong in their reality anymore. So that could be you right now. Sorry, the lighting is getting a little harsh there. It's okay. But that could be you right now. You could be cleansing a lot of stuff and it's causing you to go through grief. Anything else here, Spirit? Rewarding. Whatever you're doing here, it's extremely rewarding because you get to help a lot of people through a variety of different situations, I hear. It's not just like one thing, because you've been through so many things in your life that now you have this like entire toolkit of information to help the collective. And this is something that you will now be able to pass down for generations. And you could have been a generational curse breaker. So there could have been a curse on your family, or maybe there was a lot of trauma that your family was holding on to, and you were the one that broke all of it. Congratulations, by the way, because that is extremely difficult. It could have also been that it's very rewarding for you to have broken all of that and to see yourself out of it. You're showing other people around you that are still in that trauma that it's possible to get out of it. And not only that, but what it looks like on the other side. They see all this abundance on the other side, and now it's giving them a little more hope They're seeing that there's hope on the end of what it is that they're going through, and that they don't have to stay stuck forever. Wow. This is such a powerful reading. The amount of energy in here is just incredible. So let's draw a healing oracle. We just got one last. Illusion. You're breaking the illusion of the third dimension. You're really an example. You're such an example. And there's like a little bee stuck in here. Might have to get him out. Okay, so this is what it is. This is the Healing Waters Oracle, if you're looking for it. The other one that I use is, it's a bit worn off, but it's called the Y-Spell Tarot. Very cool. Comes with a little box. It's magnetic. The art on it is just absolutely incredible. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got like gilding on the side, gilding on the deck. And then, third one, I don't know why I'm showing you this. Maybe you're interested. Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot Deck by Matt Hughes. And this one is kind of a bit like Art Nouveau. I don't know if you like Art Nouveau. You could be into that. Anyway, so let's get a Healing Oracles card for you. Angel, spirits, and guides, what healing message do you have for my collective right now? What healing message do you have for my collective right now on their journey? Thank you, by the way, for guiding the way for people that are lost. Because it's not an easy journey to be, what's the word? Oh, I have it on the tip of my tongue. Like, you know, one of the people that, like, trailblazer, that is the word. Oh, that, I love it when you find a word that you've been looking for. Yeah, you're a trailblazer. Immerse yourself. Training, learning, new hobbies, passions. Immerse yourself in your training, your hobbies, your new passions. Universe is telling you to go at it full force right now. The energy right now, 3737, is so potent, and you're so supported at this time, it could feel like you're floating on air. I really do feel like at this time, universe has put forth extra energy to give us like a springboard to show other people it's really being activated right now. To allow people to see that are still stuck in the 3D that you can make money off of being yourself and fully investing in what it is that you have going on within you that's unique, that makes you passionate and makes you feel like, you know, no day is truly work. So, we've got immerse yourself. Follow your desire to study and learn. Dive into what fascinates you. Immerse yourself in the topic and that captivates you most. Maybe there's something you're passionate about that you're called to deepen your knowledge of through study or learning. Or something you want to experience more fully. You're being encouraged to increase your wisdom and to experience life in a deeper way. To follow your passions and embark on some kind of higher and deeper learning. What are your interests? What would you like to learn more about? What topic fascinates you? What could you talk or read about without getting bored? Which field are you most interested in? What makes you come more alive? Maybe you're being called to consider a new career or explore the possibility of training in a new field. Maybe you're being called to simply surrender to your passions and dive even deeper into them with your spare time. Education, whether traditional or experiential, as in like experiential as like, you know, doing the thing. But I also get like internet. Education isn't exclusive to some building. You could also go on the internet and find a ton of information about whatever it is that you like doing. Education, whether traditional or experiential, can never be taken away from you. Knowledge can open the mind and light up the soul. What do you want to understand more deeply? Is there something you've been considering studying, whether in a structured way or more experientially? Is there a course or program you're interested in? Is there something you're longing to explore for yourself? What piques your interest? What could you learn about without getting bored? And your soul inquiry, after that, after all those questions, what interests you or makes you come more alive? And for me, it's tarot. I hope you liked that. That totally aligns with our reading. That's so cool. Thank you, Spirit. Wow. What a reading. I get the feeling that there's going to be a lot of you on this reading, and if that is so, I mean, even if there are only a few, that's great. But if you want to share with people in the comments and kind of go through the comments of, like, if there are people kind of struggling on this journey, connect with each other. Try to support each other on this journey, because embracing who it is that you are is so difficult, and we need as many of us coming together to support each other as possible. So if you want to do that, if you feel called to do that, then definitely reply to each other in the comments. And if you just feel like leaving a comment talking about your journey, that's cool too. What else was it that I was gonna do? I think that's it. Okay, well, have a good day, guys. And if you're interested in getting a reading from me, I have 15-minute readings for $20 in the description there. This is a special specifically for the month of July. It's almost over. So if you're interested in that, email me down in the description, and I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye.